Most budding fashion entrepreneurs and even fashion graduates looking to launch their brands struggle to find factories, not because there's no factories, but simply because they find it challenging to even get the basic answer on their first inquiry answered from a factory. What they do wrong is what we will look and discuss in this video. But before I go on, press on the subscribe button below and join our subscriber list. Be the first one to be notified when we release new videos and help us grow our community. So, why are your emails not answered when you inquire with factories? And how do you find the perfect factory if you can't even get a reply from them? The mistake everyone makes when sending inquiries to factories is to ask questions that are non-specific, questions that are very broad, and they don't give any information for the manufacturer straight away to see whether you're a potential good customer for them or not. So inquiries like, I have an idea and looking for a dress manufacturer. Can you tell me how much it would cost for you to sample my design? Or different inquiry that is very vague can be, hey, I'm looking for a leather manufacturer who can make wallets. Can you let me know if you have space in your production schedule to make my samples, etc. Now, this type of inquiries, when they are opened by the factory owner or whoever they have perhaps hired to open their emails, is too vague. It doesn't give them any information. You can be looking for a dress to be made for £10 and for £150. If they are either of those factories and you are asking for the wrong product, for them to start asking you questions until they find out more about your idea, about the product, what you want, it would take a lot of their time. Only, most probably at the end, to find out that you're the wrong fit, that you are not the type of client that they want to work with, or they're not the right factory for you because maybe they make bigger volume at lower prices, or their prices are much higher than what you're asking for. So that is why they don't answer emails, because they perceive this type of inquiries as a waste of their time. They would have to perhaps exchange 10, 20 emails before any meaningful information is obtained for them to be able to make a decision. So in the first instance, what you can do to help yourself and to be able to send the right type of inquiry so that the factories take you seriously and respond to it is to outline on a piece of paper what is it that you want made. Write down the materials, perhaps have a little sketch ready that you can send as an attachment to your inquiry, just, without divulging your idea and your intellectual property of your design. You can just have a vague idea, or you can even have a competitor product, a picture of it that you can find on the internet and say something like this, but at least you're visually showing to the factory owner what you're inquiring. On the list of things that you need to write down in terms of information, you should also write the types of material you will be using, whether you want the factory to make any special tasks for you, things like cutting patterns for you or sourcing, trims and materials, or do you have everything yourself ready and you just want them to make a sample, make a prototype, go into production for you? This is really important information that the factory wants to know straight away, outright, in the first email. You should also look to potentially give them an idea of the timeline. Are you looking for something to be made yesterday, or do you have a little bit of time to give them to develop the idea or to make the production? That's important for them. Most factories, they're just a business like any other business, and they plan months ahead their production line. So they need to be able to straight away see, even if you're the right fit, that whether they can take you on, because maybe you want it for right now and they don't want to waste your time. They don't want to waste their time. If you're looking for right now and they're busy, they will probably tell you that they're busy. They cannot take you on now. But if you're looking for in 6 months' time, then they can maybe start a conversation. They get to know you, your idea, you, them, and if there's a fit, they can schedule you into their production calendar. Finally, what's really important is for you to do your research into the type of factory that you want to work with in terms of price. You cannot be wanting to make something really cheap with a factory that makes really good quality products. It's just simply not going to happen, no matter how much you ask and no matter how nice your email is. That is why it is important that you do your research in advance for the type of factories. but also that you enclose in your email an approximate price of what you're looking to make. And you can say, I know that it's very difficult to give me a price at this point, but I'm looking for my idea to cost around X amount. Can you tell me if this is viable, and what would be your minimum order quantity be for a product like mine at this X price? So as you can see, with an inquiry like this that covers what you want made, when do you want it made by, from what type of materials, at what price, this gives a lot more information to a potential manufacturer who, when they open it, they can see it, they immediately would have an idea whether there's potential business that can be done between the both of you, or whether you're totally wrong. And they can either respond with no, we are wrong for each other, or they can, based on the information you have provided, ask you relevant questions in order to take the discussion further on to the next stage. So I hope this makes it clear for you how important it is to ask good questions. You cannot be asking questions that are vague and lead to yes or no answer. You really need to be, the onus is on you in the first inquiry. First of all, like I said before, to do your research and approach the right factories, for as much as you can research online and get an idea that they're the right factory for you. But secondly, the onus is on you to provide as much relevant information upfront in the first inquiry in order to give confidence to whoever is opening and reading your email that you know what you're talking about, that you know what you want made, that you know about the industry and how it all works. And for them to feel confident that by responding to you, if they feel that the fit is right, that this would potentially lead on to a successful business relationship rather than just a dead-end inquiry that's going to waste their time, which is how most factory owners feel most of the time. They receive anything from 10 upwards, 10, 20, 30 emails, vague inquiries like this every single day, and they simply cannot manage to respond to them, let alone have the time to be then exchanging countless other emails, taking phone calls with vague questions, until they potentially either understand that there's no way that you two can work together, or they understand that potentially there's reason for them to engage more because it might lead to business. So I hope this was useful. Please, when you do, having seen this video in future, be as precise as possible. Ask good questions, like I said before, if you want for your inquiries to be answered. Thank you for watching this. Please, again, subscribe to our channel. Give me the thumbs up if you liked this video and if it was helpful. And if you have any questions, pop them below and I will make sure that I answer all of them. See you in the next video.